Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So, as you know that I've been to the US for starting my PhD. Right, in this video, I would like to share a bit about my experiences of about 3 weeks staying here, starting my life in the US. Okay, right. So first of all, I'd like to introduce myself first. Okay, my name is Andreas Tri Susanto. I'm a Fulbrighter from Indonesia, and I start my PhD in 2021, especially this month in August 2021. And in fact, today is going to be my first day going to school after the 2 year long pandemic situation. Finally, we're going to have the face-to-face or in-person classroom meetings. Right. So again, I'm a Fulbrighter from Indonesia, and this experience is not representing any other experiences for Fulbrighters in general, but this is my personal opinion, and it is not to be over generalized or extrapolated for other experiences. Okay, so I'm in Iowa in a city called Ames, and my university is Iowa State University. My major is applied linguistics and technology, and my degree is PhD level or doctoral degree. And my research is mainly about answering the question of what's next. Because as you know, or as we know, in Indonesia or in other parts, many parts of the world, when we talk about teaching English, especially when it comes to the online learning, online teaching and learning, especially during the pandemic situation, teachers tend to give assignments, and they teach using YouTube's as well. I mean, that's a typical situation. Okay, so you have a Google Classroom or you have Canvas or other platforms of learning management systems like LMS, like the Google Classroom or Moodle, for example. But I want to figure out what's next after this. Uh, I think this research is important because you're going to think more when things like the COVID-19 situation happen again in the future. So, what's next? We are here in 2021 and we are in the era of Web 3.0 where AI, artificial intelligence, is so common, and how it relates to the education situation, learning from the previous histories of education, both in Indonesia or in other countries, of course, in comparison to here in the States, perhaps. So I have not started my research yet because this is going to be my first day to school, and I'm going to start my first semester as well here in Iowa. So I will talk to you more on this video about my short experience for the past 3 weeks that uh, have been a tremendous journey to me. So let's start first. So I live in the Shiloter village. If you are not familiar with the place, you can check my short video about Shiloter village. It is a an on-campus housing that is intended for family, but my family, my wife and Sinclair have not been here yet. They're going to get here hopefully in December. So let's see uh, whether you want to choose this as your residence later on. Okay, right. The first thing to tell you about is, in general, how I can compare living in the US, in the UK, and in Australia. I went to the UK, especially in Leeds, in 2012 till 2013. I think early 2014 as well, in January, I think, because I got my master's degree there. And I went to Australia, to Melbourne, in particular in 2016 to 2017 in May. And in comparison to moving around or the mobility here in the US in comparison to those, I think it's quite huge because in the UK you can travel very very conveniently, in a sense that the town, especially in Leeds or in London even, you can find stores like shops, small shops that sell daily necessities like bread or cereals or milk, or even you can top up your phone credit through the shops like 7-Eleven or other small shops around. Okay, that also happened when I was in Australia as well, because everything was within in a walking distance, especially in Melbourne. So you can get Domino's pizza in front of your apartment, and then you can get some what is it, some meals, or you want to travel around within the walking distance, because it's a even though it is a big city, even though it is a big city like Melbourne or London, they are within the walking distance and the shops are everywhere basically, but not in the US. So I tried walking around, like I tried to see what's around in my place, in the Siletar village. So the thing is that uh, I think it is very strict how the government or how the country manages the area. So this residential area is not um, it's not small, to be honest. It's huge, and I was trying to get to Walmart, and the Google Map said it was 30-minute walk. So I tried to do it, and yeah. And my first day or my second, no, it was on the sixth day, because I got my self quarantine for 5 days after I got here. And then I went to Walmart, and then it turned out that I had to bring the whole cart that was full of food, like 2 liter of milk, and then bread, and then some what you call it, some rice, some sugar, salt, and everything in a whole bunch in a cart. So I had to draw the cart from Walmart, which was 30 minutes from here, 30-minute walk from here, and I had to return the cart there to Walmart. And it was not a good experience, because people might think that you are quite what you can say quite old-fashioned, or to some extent you will be considered a hobo or vagabond, because you're moving around with carts, just like what you consider people throwing carts in other countries, because I don't have a car, to be honest. So I was not aware of the public transport around. So in the US, I would suggest you to get familiar with the public transport, and that was my mistake. I was in a state that I thought I could travel within the walking distance, because I thought that I had experience living in Australia or in the UK, right? So I thought it would be the same, and I was wrong. So again, you need to be familiar with the public transport here. In fact, for students like me, Iowa State University provides free public transport for your daily commute. Even so, after this, I'm going to the campus at 10, because my class starts at 11. I don't want to miss any class, so I want to get early, and I want to take the bus number 25 or 6 to get to the campus. Yeah. So public transportation is important. In Melbourne, you can get to the tram, and you can get to number 96 or number 5 to get to St. Kilda, for example, and that helps a lot. And I think that's what Indonesia is lacking of. I mean, other developing countries, not only Indonesia, that you need to develop a good system of public transport. That is the best public transport. I mean, the best way of commute. Instead of having a car and traveling using your personal vehicles, I don't think that would be good for the environment, and it's not a representation of a good public transport, a good system of transportation. Okay, so I did another trip. I was thinking of going to the other Walmart, which is located on South Duff Avenue. I think, yeah, South Duff Avenue. And I was trying to get a new iPhone, and then because my phone was so old, I got it in 2016, 17, and it didn't do much of help here. So I got a new iPhone. The cheapest one, I think, is below $300. and the SIM card was $45. So I think in total I got it still under $300 because here the SIM card is expensive. So at least you need to have the monthly plan for $30 or $45. So I'm still figuring out how to get the credit plan without having that much amount of money. So back again, I did my trip just to hang around town, and then I went to this Walmart on South Duff, and it took me 5 hours to start from my apartment here in Schroeder Village to the South Duff and to go back because I got lost, to be honest. Well, I was in a Scott, so it was so rare for me to get lost, to be honest. Like I think this was 1 out of 5 local trips that I got lost in because I didn't have my phone with me yet. I got my phone, I bought it from Walmart, and then I hadn't used it yet. And I was trying to look for the ways by myself, and then I got lost. But luckily, this is a good experience. So when I got lost, I asked one person, a person that was passing by, and I thought people do not speak to strangers in this country, you know. And it turned out that he was okay with that, and he told me, and we talked along the way. And while he showed me the correct way to here to Senator Village, he shared a bit about his life. He was a professor, a full professor in Drake University. I think his name was David, and I believe his name was David. I think yes. And I told him my story, why I'm here or why I was here. I'm a Fulbright scholar, and I'm trying to, get back to my home. And I got lost because I didn't know the directions, the north, south, west, and east. And he was heading to the similar direction. So I think he lived in Parkview Heights. So it's not far from here, like a 10-minute walk. But it was a good experience. So if you get lost, please do ask people around you in on the street. And some people might have the doubts whether they want to speak with strangers or foreigners like you. I'm not at all look like local, right? So I think that's okay for them as well. So another good experience that I can share with you is when I got lost, there was this family who was cycling. So, and I think the mother, one of the family members, said hi, even though we didn't know each other, of course. So I think that was quite common. I think it is quite common as well because when I was waiting for my bus in front of the Basie Hall, there was only me and there's the other passenger. I mean, we were about to hop on the bus, but the bus had not come yet. So I started the conversation and I said hello and hi, and then we talked. And then she was a student in Iowa State, at Iowa State University as well. So we talked a bit more and about our apartments and easy conversations. So I would say that Americans are approachable, they're friendly. So as long as you are open to them in a sense that you have a good intention to talk with them, I don't think that's a problem, and that's a good thing to do. Okay, so besides the Americans, my friends here, Indonesian people, are so helpful. We have a lot of Indonesian people here. Well, not a lot of them, but I think it's about 10 to 12 families living in Schroeder Village, and I contacted 2 or 3 of them before I got here to Ames, and I found it through the internet. I talked with Wika, Mbak Sofi, Pak Hardi, and other Indonesians, and they were so helpful because when I got here, I was welcomed by Pak Hardi, and he told me where to get my key for my apartment and else. Okay, so my daughter just called, and she was about to go to sleep. So yeah, let's continue. Where was I? Yeah, my friends were so helpful. Okay, so if you want to go overseas, just try to find Indonesians who are already there, they would give you some advice, or they would help you with things, so my friends in here, they provided me with temporary beds, and they give me some electronics like the Magicom, the rice cooker, the electronic kettle, and some stuff for the to survive the initial period of moving in or settling in. Okay, there's another experience that I want to share. So I went to this place called Salvation Army. So I was trying to find some jackets for the winter. So I know that it's still autumn, and I have to prepare for the winter. So I was trying to get some jackets, and it turned out my debit card was declined. I didn't know why, but there was a lady behind me, a very nice lady. Like she was in her 60s, I think, or 50s or 60s. She was she has a gray hair and some wrinkles. I think she's a middle aged, I think, and she was so nice because my debit card was declined, and she was behind me, and she said, "That's okay. I would pay for that. How much it cost?" I'm like, I was so surprised because she didn't know me. I didn't know her. It was the point where we met, just like in the cashier, and she just paid for the jackets that I bought. So I bought 3 jackets and an internet router, and it cost about $27 each, and she paid fully for that. And I was so surprised. I didn't know what to say. So I said, "Thank you very much, lady, and have a good day." I thought I should have talked a bit more with her, but I don't know. I didn't know what I should have done. I mean, I just went out of the store, and I waited in a bus stop and reminiscing what just happened, remembering what just happened, and I should have done this and that, and more than just saying thank you and having a good day. I mean, like, I should have talked more with her, and I didn't know until yesterday that my debit card was declined because I was about to pay for my tax number, and I think the website was not legit, and then the bank decided to kind of temporarily unlock my debit card so it couldn't be used. Okay, so the financial issue, if you found difficulties, I don't know. I mean, in my opinion, I believe that angels are around us. So I think that lady was one of the angels that God sent me, unless I couldn't get the jackets because my card would still be declined, and I only had some few cash in my wallet. So it was a good experience. Yeah, again, an American is happy to help you if you are in need of help, of course. And I had 2 picnics. Yeah, one in my held by my department, the English department, the College of Liberal Arts, and the other was held by the Fulbrighters in Ames. So we gathered in Brookside Park, I think, and then I think the shelter's name is Maple. And then yesterday I had a picnic with the Fulbrighters, yeah, Fulbrighters in Ames, and we gathered in Ines Grove Park, and the shelter's name is Red Oak. Yeah, so for picnic, I would suggest you to bring something because usually it is a potluck unless you're just invited by a formal institution like my department. But for Fulbright events, if it is at potluck, it means that you need to bring something. You can bring some pizza, some burgers, or some traditional food from your country. That's a good way. Okay, there's one thing that I want to share. The last bit is about water to drink. So last night I saw a friend of mine from Indonesia posted a status or posted something posted a statement saying that the water here costs $5 for the big bottle, but in Indonesia it costs you less than $1, so like 50 cents, like 6,500 rupiahs is similar to that equals to 50 cents ish, right? So she was kind of surprised because of the price of the water here. But in fact, here in the US, in the UK, or in Australia, or other countries that I know of, like Singapore as well, you drink the tap water. I mean, that's okay, right? I mean, that not many Indonesians know about this, but the tap water in the US, in the UK, or in Australia, they are drinkable. They are good uh, for your daily drink. So Indonesia, we have this company called PDAM, Perusahaan Daerah Air Minum, or PAM, Perusahaan Air Minum, right? So literally from the company's name, it says minum, which is drinking, okay? It's supposed to be drinkable. It can be consumed, but I would not suggest you to drink the tap water in Indonesia because it is not intended for that. So the water is just for washing the dishes or washing your clothes, but not for drinking. If you want to drink water in Indonesia, you need to get a gallon of water, or you need to boil the water first to consume. Okay, that's for me. So I'm about to kick off because I need to prepare myself for my first day of school, which is so exciting. And I'm about to start my PhD. This is the dream that I've been dreaming of. And on this video, I've told you about a bit of my experiences of living in the US. And I hope this is helpful for you if you were thinking of going to the US or other countries. Okay, if you have questions, just drop me a message and I would be happy to answer them. Okay, thank you very much for your kind effort and for clicking this video. I hope that I can share more videos that are useful for you, okay, and those who are preparing for international study. Okay, thank you so much for your time. I'm Andreas and I'm out. Thank you so much. Bye bye.